Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tech Pop Boom with your hosts, Brandon and Scott. I'm not Brandon.
And I'm Brandon.
I'm Scott. Today's episode, we're going to talk about Netflix, Amazon Prime, and the different shows on each platform. We'll be talking about just a couple of shows here and there. We'll talk about music. Brandon's going to throw some news at you. He's going to talk about his big thing is Windows 10. In this episode, we're going to talk about Brandon, he's going to talk about Windows 10 and his thoughts on it. How long did it take to download? Any issues? Any problems? But before we start on that, I want to remind everybody to go to our website at www.techpopboom. Check us out at YouTube. Go to the search, Tech Pop Boom. Hit the subscribe button. Anytime a new episode is available, it'll appear. Go to Facebook and or Google+. Do a search, Tech Pop Boom, and watch the goodness flow. And last but not least, please check us out at iTunes. Go to iTunes, check out our podcast, and again, hit the subscribe button. And like magic, a new episode will appear every week, or rather not every week, but every time a new episode is recorded. So, without any further ado, here's Brandon.
Hi, everyone. Today, I kind of got into the old shows. And the reason why I got into old shows is because at the bottom of Netflix, it would say shows from the 90s. So I sat there for a second and I was like, hold on for a second. All these shows that were there were like shows that I had watched when I was in high school. Okay. So I was like, okay, this is cool. Did you ever see Sliders or Futurama or?
I've never watched Sliders.
Okay.
I never even tried to watch it, so I honestly don't even know much about it.
Sliders.
Futurama.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say Sliders is about just them sliding between different parallel worlds.
Was that on Fox? What show was that on?
Yeah, it was on Fox. It was on Fox. Yeah, it was on Fox. 1993-ish.
Wasn't there a movie about that show too?
I don't think so. I don't think there was a movie. No, it came on the Sci-Fi Channel later. So. Oh,
okay. No, I don't know anything about that show. Futurama, honestly, I've tried. Maybe I need to try later on. And I tried when it was on TV, when it was new on Fox. And I couldn't get into it. And I'm a big Simpsons fan because it's the same creator.
Yeah, same creator, yeah.
And I couldn't watch it. I couldn't get into it then. And just not too long ago, I tried watching it on Netflix because, I was looking for something to watch. And again, I just couldn't get into it. I can't get into Futurama. It's just not my thing.
Not your thing? See,
no.
I also was watching Firefly. I had not seen Firefly in a long
is Firefly? There was a movie.
No, that was a movie. That was called Serenity. The movie for that one was Serenity.
Firefly, yes.
But I watched, I didn't watch it when it was on TV, but I watched it like later on when the movie came out, because the movie came out around my birthday, and then I was looking to go to the movies to see something, and I was like, what do I want to see? And so Serenity happened to be the next showing. So I went, okay, I'll go to this one. So I had never seen Firefly, and I was like, oh my God, when I walked out of that movie theater, I was like, oh my God, I gotta go see what this show's about. So I looked it up, and then I watched Firefly, but I lost the DVD somehow, and so I never saw it again, and I saw it on Netflix. I was so excited.
So the shows are available on Netflix?
Yes, all these shows are available on Netflix, which is pretty cool because I didn't know they were there before. I mean, I knew there were shows that were around like now, but I didn't know the shows like old shows. And I'm thinking, is this something new, or is this something that they just started to do now? I was just like, wow. But then I start to think, about shows that should be redone. And Heroes Reborn. I think we talked about this on a couple of podcasts. We may have mentioned it. Yeah, we mentioned it. Yeah, Heroes Reborn. Yeah. So I watched the trailer on YouTube, of course. It was like, okay. And I watched it, and I'm thinking, they should read Sliders. And I know they tried to do Firefly. Firefly was the movie. But I was thinking, this would be a cool show to redo, Sliders. But, I mean, Heroes, they messed it up so badly. I don't know if I want to.
I absolutely agree, but I had seen advertisement for this new Heroes Reborn or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I said the advertisement was for all the superheroes. Like it was like a just of all the different characters in the show, like all the new superhero characters.
Yeah.
And most of my, were all new characters, and had the name of the particular, and I couldn't tell you one of them because I don't remember. But they just had a picture of each of the new superhero characters and what their special power or whatever was, and it looked interesting. But the same thing, it looked interesting the last time around before it came out. I got really excited for that show, and it just went nowhere fast. You know, so. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. Hopefully, they'll learn from their mistakes on that one, and it'll be better. It'll be better than it was.
Yeah, I hope so, because it's like, okay, I when I saw the trailer, I think I'll post it on our probably on our one of our Tech Pop Boom something.
Yeah.
When I was watching it, and I was like, wow, okay, because I remember some of the characters in it, and I was like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. But I was like, then I start to think, well, where are they going to stop? Are they going to start it? Or are they going to make a whole brand new show? Are they? I don't. I'm kind of confused what they're going to do. I guess I have to watch the first show to find out. But yeah,
when is it supposed to be out? Is it coming out in the fall?
September. Yeah, September.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Something. It's very close from now. So more likely, we'll probably be talking about it on our show.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, man, what if they could redo Sliders? Whole new cast, a whole new thing. Well, because at that time the graphics were they were 90-ish, graphic. Today's world of TV, they could totally do some cool stuff with that show.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, like I say, I remember before it came out the last time, it looked great. You got this show about these people who have superpowers, and they could do great things. They could make it to where these. Oh my God, the cat just scared the crap out of me. Anyways, they had all these possibilities of what they could do. They could have these people help other people, but they went down this stupid wormhole where it just went nowhere, and it was boring, and I just literally didn't care.
No,
I was
gonna say I almost continue watch since that was one of the shows that Netflix has on there. I was gonna continue where I stopped, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna finish Sliders first, and maybe because still Sliders is like 5 seasons, so I'm on like 4. So and then I was gonna do maybe a new show or something. I was gonna try to see some new, probably go new shows, and then maybe go and watch Futurama, the rest of Futurama, which there's so many of Futurama. I think there are like 7 seasons of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of Futurama.
So, those I can munch on, and then, do something like that. But I was just thinking about, like, as I was watching on Netflix, about what shows they could redo, and I think they even have 80s, too.
Speaking of shows, this one, I wouldn't say would necessarily have to be redone. I would have just been happy if they would have continued it, which was a show on, was it on Fox? Raising Hope. It's a show called Raising Hope. It's a comedy. Now, I don't even know that you would like it, Brandon. I don't know if it's your thing. I love comedies. I like to sit down and just for a half hour just watch brainless, stupid, comedy and just laugh. And this is one of those shows that it had been out for quite a while, and I was aware of it, but I didn't give it, any interest. And then I think I had seen it on Netflix, and I watched the first episode, and I couldn't believe how great it was. It was from the guy who did My Name is Earl. If you're familiar with that TV show, My Name is Earl.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
The writer who did that show did this one, and there's kind of a similar parallels, but some of the actors from My Name is Earl came on Raising Hope. The main writer, the guy from the Earl show, he left at the end of the second season. So the third season, although it wasn't terrible, it wasn't as strong as the first 2 seasons. But I would have liked to have seen it continued. I would like to have seen it on TV still. So if there's anyone listening to this show, if you like comedies, if you like to laugh, and if you're not familiar with it, check out Raising Hope. I thought it was a really, really strong, really funny show.
Do you know what the funny thing is? Have you noticed all these shows that got canceled that were really good were on Fox? every show that seemed to have been good seems to get canceled. Yeah, I'm just like, it kind of puzzles me because on this list, as I look at my list on our show notes here we go. Okay, well, Futurama didn't get canceled, but here we go.
Is that still on the air? Is Futurama still new on the air?
No. I think it's 1990. I want to say 96 or 97. I mean, not 96. No, 96. I mean, 2000 and something. I can't remember. That's when that ended. It started in like 94. I can't remember. I gotta look it up. Maybe I should look it up.
I thought they ended, and I thought they came back, but
that was Family Guy. That was Family Guy.
But I thought Futurama did the same thing.
No more. No. They ended it, and that was it. Okay. But if you think about this, okay, Firefly, they never gave Firefly a chance. Okay, they only went one season and said, okay, well, no ratings, good. Sliders, okay, they gave it 3 seasons. It was high in ratings, which I read. I mean, I was watching it then. And they just all of a sudden canceled it. That's why Sci-Fi bought it. I mean, then your show that you're talking about. So that's why I don't like get into shows, really. That's why I'm so happy for Netflix right now. It's because Netflix kind of changed the game of network, of this type of,
I just like streaming video. I mean, just any of these things. Like, I have Roku. And Roku just added Comedy Central. Comedy Central has an app on Roku now. And the last couple of months have been absolutely nuts on my end, so I haven't had time to sit down to watch it. But there's a lot of shows in there I didn't even know about. There's a show called Review, which I don't know much about it, but I've read, I've listened to a couple of podcasts where they've talked about it. I've seen pictures on this. There's a website I absolutely love called Warm and Glow. It's just a funny website where they talk about television shows, and they talked about this show. So at any rate, there's all kind of cool stuff on there. There's a show on, and if you don't know about it, Brandon, you need to check it out. There's a show on Comedy Central. You may know about. Do you know Broad City?
Yeah, I know Broad City. Yes, I've watched.
Okay,
it.
Okay, if you don't know Broad City, if anyone out there doesn't know Broad City, really, you owe it to yourself. I mean, life is hard. Life can be hard. Everyone needs to laugh every once in a while. Broad City is laugh out loud hysterical. Don't you think, Frank? Am I wrong? Do you think?
No.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about just this one episode.
Yeah, it's really funny.
I don't want to spoil it because now you probably should watch it. But there's this one episode where they're in the dark and the lights go out.
I was thinking about that episode earlier. About there's one episode. It's these two young. Well, I don't know. They're in their 20s. These two young girls in their 20s, and they live in New York. And the one girl lives with, I guess it's her roommate. It's actually, it's her roommate's boyfriend. But the thing with the show, the roommate never shows up in the show. Yeah. But the roommate, anyways, it doesn't matter. The girl comes home from work one day, and the one guy who's always there, never eats all the food, makes messes.
Yeah.
He's just not there. And she walks in the door, and hey, so and so, are you here? And he's not there, and she's so religious, she's so happy. And then the scene cuts where that Lady Gaga song comes on. What's that Lady Gaga song? I'm on the edge of glory, and I'm thinking about a moment with you. Whatever that song is. And so, anyways, so she breaks out. She's totally naked, and of course they blur everything, and she's just dancing around the house naked, and she's just getting into it. And it's so funny. She grabs this microphone and she's singing, and it's just so damn funny. Because of course you're going to do that. If your parents aren't home, if your wife's not home, if your roommate's not home, you're so happy, you're excited, you're going to just take off your clothes, you're going to dance around the house naked because you can, and it's so funny. But anyways, Comedy Central, there's a lot of shows. Review, I haven't watched that, but I want to watch it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Comedy Central's got and I just love streaming video shows because it's convenient. You can watch at your leisure. You can watch whenever you want to. It's not like the old days where 8:00 on Thursday you had the Cosby Show, a Family Ties, but you had to watch it at those times. It's not like that anymore. I love it. I like that you can watch whatever you want, whenever you want.
That's true.
And Prime, Hulu. I read that Hulu changed the name. It's not Hulu Plus anymore. It's just Hulu.
Oh, really?
That's right. I thought I read that, and that they might be raising the price because right now Hulu, I think it's $8 a month, but they have, which is ridiculous. They have commercials.
Yeah, they have
$8 a month. But I read that they're talking about raising the price to possibly $14 and getting rid of the ads. And I thought, I'll be damned if I want to spend $14 just to have no commercials. No way.
Well, yeah, but okay, what's the advantage of Hulu? Do you know? I mean, because I don't see any advantage other than, I mean, Netflix has an advantage, Amazon Prime has an advantage. Amazon Prime, you get music, TV shows, you get 2-day shipping, you get unlimited pictures.
Yeah, well, I think Hulu is like Netflix. Netflix, it is what it is. It's streaming video, movies, TV shows. That's what it is. Hulu is like that, but I had it. I had a promotion with it, I think, for a week or something. And the thing that totally turned me off is the commercials. I didn't give it a chance because I thought, I'll be damned. I mean, it's free, but if there is no way. My number one pet peeve is commercials and advertisements. I hate it. I refuse to listen to the radio because I cannot deal with people trying to sell me something. I hate it.
Right.
So I will not give Hulu a chance for that reason. But for the small period of time that I did have it, I believe Hulu's they basically have first run shows. Like Netflix has a lot of TV shows, but they don't have
the first
TV shows that are currently exactly. Whereas Hulu does.
Okay.
They had a lot of, what's that show on Fox? I can't. I don't remember. First run shows on Hulu. They also have movies. They do have movies like Netflix, like older movies. I don't think they have first run movies on Hulu, but they have movies and they have first run TV shows. So if you don't have a DVR, if you don't have cable, Hulu, for like a cord cutter, for someone like you, if you don't have a DVR or something, Hulu might be something you might want to look into.
Okay. So that would be for new run TV shows. Okay, got it.
Right.
Kind of like what Amazon's kind of doing with some CBS shows. Let's see, Under the Dome. Yeah, it's every.
Oh,
it's a new run. So it's like I think it's Friday. I forgot the other one. What's the other one with Halle Berry in it? That one.
Yeah, I understand.
Has it too. Okay, so that's the advantage because I didn't understand Hulu because I understand Netflix. Netflix was you got the DVD, you can get DVDs, which nobody I guess has anymore. But they were making their own shows and they had exclusive shows. And they had movies that were kind of new, but they were not that old either.
You just said something. Netflix has original programming. Hulu, I just saw it. I'm going to try and look it up. Has an original program, and it's from that show. It's not even a show. It's something online called Billy on the Street. The guy who he walks around the streets of New York and he throws microphones in people's faces. He's doing that guy.
Yeah.
He's the star. He's in it rather, and I'm trying to look. You keep talking. I'm going to look it up.
Okay. The thing about the advantage of Hulu is I was going to get it, and then I know about the commercials because I know some people were telling me there are commercials and that you gotta you can't forward them and you're paying for it, which I don't think I'm not a big fan of that either. But you know what? I thought Netflix was going to try to do that too with the commercial things.
Yeah, I had read about that too.
I mean, I hope they don't because that would drive me nuts if they did too. Because the whole reason I'm paying my money is not to have commercials. Okay, Other Space. Okay, when I was watching Other Space. Okay.
Before you go on, the show on Hulu. There's a show coming out on Hulu. It may be available now. I don't know because I don't have Hulu. It's a show called. It's an original show specifically made for Hulu. It's called Difficult People. And it stars Billy Eisner. He's Billy on the Street. And the press says, life is really tough for Julie and Billy, two 30-something aspiring comics living and working in New York City. While their friends and acquaintances move on to find success and love, they continue to struggle with careers and relationships, getting more bitter by the day. So that's Difficult People on Hulu. It looked pretty funny. And to be honest, as much as I just got done dogging Hulu, I had considered... I think I'm eligible for another free promotion. I considered getting a free promotion so I could check out this show.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, look it up. Anyway, you were saying you were mentioning
Other Space. Other Space has commercials in it, and I was getting it for free. Okay, of course, we could watch it for free.
What are you talking about? What is Other Space? What are you talking about?
Other Space is about that, like off on Yahoo Stream. Yeah. That one, I was getting ready to watch. I mean, I watched the whole thing, but I saw it with the commercials too, and I was like, oh no. But I got used to it. But I wasn't paying for it either. So I could go with it, But I know I get your whole commercial thing. Oh, you had some shows on here too? I just noticed you had.
Oh, sure, dude.
Okay.
I did a little homework this time too, Brandon. This isn't one. I'm not a one-trick pony.
Oh, I see.
You're not the one doing all the work here. I did a little homework myself, pal.
Okay, well then bring it on, man. What kind of shows you got?
There's a show based on a movie. It's on Netflix. There's a show called Wet Hot American Summer. It's a comedy. It came out, I think, in 2001. I believe it just came. Well, it may have. I think it recently came to Netflix. I could be wrong. That may have been there for a while. I don't know. But long story short, they last week, as of this recording, they just released 10 episodes. It's a continuation of the movie with the exact same characters. So essentially, these people made this movie in 2001. It's now 2015. It's been however many years, and it's the same characters. Several years later, but they're still playing the same age. So you have Amy Poehler, Janine Garofalo, all these people from the TV show The State. And they're supposed to be teenagers at camp, but they're probably in their mid-40s. So it's outrageously brainless comedy. I mean, everything is a joke. I mean, you can't sit down for a minute without some kind of joke flying by. So it's almost, you have to watch it in segments, because if you watch everything, it just goes by so fast. If you're not familiar with it, check out the movie first. Check out Wet Hot American Summer. And if you like it, then I would definitely recommend watching the show. If you even haven't watched the movie, you can just watch the show. Because I saw the movie, it had been a long time since I'd seen it, and it wasn't fresh in my mind when I watched the show. And I thought the show was very funny. So the show is, I think it's also called Wet Hot American Summer. I'm sure there's something else, but you'll find it if you're on Netflix. Check out Wet Hot American Summer.
Okay, it's on Netflix. Okay.
It's on Netflix, and it's new. They just put it out within the last week or two. Okay. It's a comedy. It's just something funny. You'll recognize all these people on there. They're all faces you've seen before. I just don't know their names at the top of my head. Okay. But it's a funny show. There's another one I haven't watched, Joe Dirt. David Spade did a sequel to Joe Dirt. Apparently, it's on Crackle. Was that the name of that channel?
Crackle? Yeah, Crackle.
Yeah, and I read that he was doing a sequel to this movie, and I thought it had been a long time since he did the first one. I thought it was funny, so I was kind of interested in seeing when it was going to come out, not knowing that he was filming it for the TV channel Crackle, which is an online streaming video thing. So I don't know if I'm totally wrong on this, but my information said this was like a Crackle exclusive. But that being the case, I went to Crackle yesterday. I had some time to sit down. I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I want to see it. I want to watch it. I can't find it. If anyone knows anything different, go to the website, go to Facebook, leave me a comment, let me know, because I'm trying to find this movie, and I can't find it anywhere. So
okay.
That's Joe Dirt 2. And also, I don't know, you are a Amazon Prime member, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, then you'll be interested in knowing there are 2 new shows on Prime. They have that, they bring out the new shows on Amazon where they want you to vote and which ones you like the best. Well, they're doing that again.
Oh, cool.
Anyways, there's 2 new ones. One is called, these are Amazon Prime exclusive original TV shows. Just like that, what's that transsexual show called on Prime? With the guy dressed up like a lady.
Hell, we talked about Mozart, it for 2 weeks.
Mozart in the Jungle. There's a bunch of Amazon has a bunch of different TV shows that are, again, Amazon exclusives. These are 2 brand new ones, and they're just pilots. It's not the entire season. It's one show. And basically, what Amazon wants you to do, they want you to watch this show, and if you like it, they want you to write in and vote for the one that you like the best. And if they get enough votes, if they get enough, attention, then they'll sign it for a full season. Now, before I even mention that, I know I'm getting sidetracked because if I don't mention it now, I'm going to forget it. We had talked about the shows that got picked up, and they're supposed to be coming back this fall.
Yeah.
One of which was the German show. What would have happened if was it World War II? If America didn't win, and the half the country was Germany and the other half was Japan. You know that show?
Man in a High Castle.
Yeah. Well, there's a preview out there for the season, which is coming up. I don't know, sometime in the next couple of months. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen the preview. I have to.
Brandon, listen, you should stop recording right now and watch it. Because it looks absolutely amazing.
Okay.
Man on the High Cat. Don't stop the podcast. I'm kidding. But it looks very good. Man in the High Castle. I want to say it's December, but I'm sure I'm wrong about that. But maybe I'm not. Man in the High Castle. It's coming back sometime in the next few months, and the trailer looks amazing. So going back to my original thought here, there's 2 new shows on Prime. Again, they're pilots. It's 1 episode apiece. This one I'm getting ready to talk about is a show called Sneaky Pete. And the description says, after leaving prison, Marius takes cover from his past by assuming the identity of his cellmate, Pete. He moves in with Pete's long estranged, unsuspecting family and is roped into the family bail bond business. He's a criminal taking down other criminals, and in the process, he'll discover the family's life he never had. Executive produced by David Shore, Bryan Cranston, and Seth Gordon. I didn't know that. This is with what the heck is that guy's name? I don't know. But anyway, that show is called Sneaky Pete. And actually, the preview looked pretty good on that one. I did see the preview for that one, and that's one I definitely want to check out.
Okay. I might
Sneaky
have to check
Pete.
that out after.
That looks pretty good. This one I know absolutely nothing about. I haven't even seen the preview for it. But this one is another pilot only. If you like it, you vote on it, and if they get enough attention, again, they'll sign to a full season. It's called Casanova.
Okay.
This one says, exiled from his beloved Venice, he flees to Paris at the dawn of the Enlightenment in hopes to putting his reputation as a playboy behind him. But old habits die hard, and temptation is everywhere as Casanova finds a wealth of new opportunity and trouble. So, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't really tell me much, but it looks like a period type of thing, like a period drama kind of thing. Everyone dresses in crazy clothes and stuff. I know nothing about that one, and that description, and especially the way I read it, didn't give it much hope. But forgive me for being a bad reader. So that's Casanova, and the other one is Sneaky Pete. If you have Amazon Prime, check it out and enjoy.
Oh, and that show is called Transparent. I just remembered it.
Yes, Transparent. Yes, and a lot of those shows, they should be coming. You know what? Transparent. I think Transparent. That's one that's coming back in December.
See, I can't wait for season 2 because season 1 was just amazing.
I'll tell you what, I did like Transparent a lot, and I don't know. I don't want to get into this big huge thing about other people's beliefs and things. I don't want to offend anybody, but this whole Caitlyn Jenner thing, it seems like this transgender show came. I'm not blaming anything on the show, but it just seems like that's like the new thing ever since Caitlyn Jenner or this Bruce Jenner woman thing came out. It's like it's like the latest greatest thing as for a man to wear a dress, and it's like accept me and love me. Listen, if you want to wear a dress, whatever, life. If you want to be a man, you want to be a woman, have at it. But don't throw it in my face. I don't want to see it on the cover of a magazine wearing a dress. I don't give a shit. I don't want to see that bullshit.
That came out before he even did that. I think Transparent was out before he even announced
it was. I'm just saying, it just seems like ever since, especially now that this Bruce Jenner dude, is like this big deal now for wearing dresses and going on stage receiving awards for cutting his pee-pee off and putting in boobs. And he's so brave. Oh, what a brave man he is to walk on stage with a dress. It's okay for him to wear a dress. Shit, if I put on a dress, people be like, "What the hell's wrong with this dude?" I'd be getting tomatoes thrown at me. Anyways, I think the whole thing is retarded. But and anyways, the show is good. I just think it's ironic that it just seems like now. I guess I should keep my mouth shut.
unless we do a political show.
Well, I don't. I'm not a political person, so that's probably
yeah. We should do a political show.
Just go ahead. Yeah, I wouldn't know what to say.
But no, Transparent actually came. Before that. It did came
before that. I mean, the whole thing ties together. I went to the fast food store the other day, and they had this man trying to be a woman behind the counter, and I just thought, man, baby, I'm getting older. I just feel like my dad must have felt like 20 years ago. And things change. You get older, and things change. Some things change so much to the extreme. Like, what's going on in the world, and what's happening to people? Well, at the end of the day, I want people to be happy. I don't want to be this old grumpy old man like, oh, what's wrong with these men trying to be women or women trying? I don't care. I don't care if you love someone. God bless you. Pardon me?
He's like me. It's their lives.
It's their lives. I don't mean to sound like a pig or an idiot. I want people to be happy. Who am I to judge? I'm not trying to judge anybody. I just think it's weird. I just feel like a stranger in a strange land sometimes. Things are just changing so dramatically.
Well,
at any rate, I'm going to put my foot in my mouth and shut up.
Okay. Well, no, with me on this whole thing, it's whatever makes them feel comfortable. I can never say that word.
Comfortable.
Yes, thank you. It doesn't really bother me. It's like, oh, okay, But I go along my life. Hey, they're not bothering me, so they can dress whatever they want to. Because you got to think about it for a second. People who wear tattoos, people who cut their hair, totally bald or wear a whole bunch. I don't. They're not bothering me, so why should I care who dresses which way? Seriously.
No, I don't know that I.
It doesn't. It just doesn't bother me.
I'm not trying to judge it. I'm not the type of person that judges anybody, and I'm not trying to do that. I just think that's what I'm trying to say is things are changing so fast. It's hard to keep up with it.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with everything. But as far as Bruce Jenner, I think he's a fucking idiot.
I don't know too much about Bruce Jenner. Actually, you know what? I did not know he was an Olympic star. The only way I knew of he was from the Kardashians. That's the only way I knew about Bruce Jenner.
That is sad.
I'm sorry. That's how you knew him. That's how much sad. I know about. So I didn't know really. I never keep up on that. That's the thing is I just ignored the Kardashians. So I only knew that he was associated with them until this whole thing happened. I was like, well, who is Bruce? Wait, who is Bruce Jenner? I was like, oh, well, okay. I continued on. I didn't know later that, he was an Olympic star and, he was on the Wheaties box.
Exactly.
See, I didn't know all this stuff, okay? It happened to be people telling me at work what he was. And I went, what? Wait, time out. I just thought he was some dude that was married to, Kim Kardashian's mom. That's what I thought. Yep. So I was like, "What's the big deal? What's the big deal? So what? Okay, fine. He wants to wear dresses and wear makeup. I didn't care. I was like, okay, next. Oh wow, Windows 10 is coming out. So that's kind of like how I did. Until now, and then I'm like, oh, okay. Why is everybody making a big deal? And then I think until I researched it and I went, okay, so he was an Olympic star. Okay, I got it now. But still, hey, if he wants to wear dresses, none of my business. He can wear dresses. So what? Don't care. It's like that. But yes, Transparent. I cannot wait for the next season now. So
yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah. I can't wait to the next season. But let me see. Actually, oh, you know what? I got the email on those. The two, the Casanova and the Sneaky Pete. Oh,
right.
Yes. It just hit me just now. Where I'd seen that before.
We don't need tech news to talk about, Brandon.
Tech news.
Anything new in tech news that you wanted to talk about?
Wow, Windows 10.
Windows 10, you say, huh?
Yes, Windows 10 came out July 29th. which would be from this recording of this podcast, I think about a week ago. Now, mind you, everyone's been asking me what I've been thinking about it. So I always tell them.
What do you think about Windows 10?
I knew you were going to say that. Including this guy who's on this podcast. So I would always tell people, well, you know what? Wait until this podcast, and then I will let you. I will let you know. I'll let you know. So after playing with it since it's come out, what you're doing in
your personal time is your business.
Yeah. Okay. Since I was playing with it on my podcast,
Windows 10, that is.
Windows 10, that is. I like it, and then I don't like certain things. Like, for instance, okay, right now, since I have it right in front of me, the thing that I love about it is the fact the start menu's back. I love the start menu. This was like a dream come true, okay? Because before Windows 8.1, if you guys are familiar, if you guys ever had 8.1, I know a lot of you were on 7, and a lot of you were on 7 because if you're on XP, well, you're in trouble because that thing is not getting supported right now. But I like the transparent backgrounds when you open up menus from the bottom. I like it's called Aeroglass. It was in Windows 7. If you have Windows 7 computer that has a graphic card. It's when you open up a window in the background, you see it gets it's like a glass. You can see what's behind the background, whatever it is. You can see like if you have your desktop in the background, you'll see a little bit of your desktop, almost like a glass over something. That's called Aeroglass. Unfortunately, in Windows 8, in 8.1, they got rid of Aeroglass and they went to the flat design called Metro, which is not called Metro anymore. It's called, I think Microsoft changed the name because they didn't want to get sued, but it's called Microsoft Design or something. I don't remember, but it's called, we'll call it Metro. Okay, that's what it was originally named. That's what I'm going to call it. So they went with Metro. Okay, Metro was the flat design like iPhone. iPhone has a kind of flat design. Windows.
Yeah, I don't get that. I think the flat design is overplayed. Why does that one have to have the same design?
I don't know. Well, Microsoft had it first before Apple did. I mean,
I don't. Windows, I thought it looked better the other way. But
you like it the better way? Yeah, I don't mind Metro. I just thought I didn't like the missing of the start screen. I hate it. They took Aeroglass away. I mean, I on Windows 7, I liked I just thought Aeroglass looked cool. And you can look up Aeroglass. In fact, I will post it on Tech Pop Boom. What is Aeroglass? It'll tell you. Microsoft actually explains Aeroglass. Well, in Windows 10, they kind of went both ways. They kind of put 7 and 8 together. So it's more like they had the best parts of 7 and the best parts of 8. Okay, I like Cortana. Cortana's Cortana's kind of like Siri and Google Now together. It tells jokes sometimes, and you can ask it things. And I liked Siri a lot. It just was when Google Now came out. I was like, wow, I can get more information. Siri felt limited. This doesn't feel limited.
I agree. Yeah,
it feels limited. It feels like Apple was the first, and they just didn't keep up with it.
I agree.
They didn't keep up with it. So it's kind of like Microsoft, Cortana. They kind of did them both. Cortana is actually, if you're a Halo fan, Cortana is in Master Chief's head. Is the computer in Master Chief's head that tells him where to go in the game. Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah. No, I don't. You're not but if you play Halo, you'll know who Cortana is. Okay, so she's actually a computer in there. It has the same voice because Jenny Taylor, the person who did the game, does the Windows 10 voice for Cortana, the Cortana computer. Okay. What I don't like, is the fact of all this privacy information stuff that's been coming out, that where it sucks all of your location and your data and all this other stuff. Because I've noticed something on my other computer. I notice how much my processor is going. It is going constantly at 80 to 90%. all the time.
Wow.
And I didn't know why until I saw recently how they were saying that it was how Cortana works is it collects, you know, you can turn it off. And how you guys turn it off is that when you first set it up, there is a screen that comes up that says, do you want, it's like, hey, do you want the advanced settings? I don't remember exactly what it says because a whole bunch, and I'm not going to totally go off what it says, but it says advanced settings and where it says quick settings and not quick, you know, not quick settings. It's in a article I put on Tech Pop Boom. It's just, it seems like it's running too much. Now on this computer, on my computer here, it's a 6-core. I have a solid state drive in it now. It runs beautiful.
Oh,
so, yeah. It's like that. I do like the tablet mode, which if those of you who have downloaded it already, if you go in the message center, which is next to your clock, you know, they have a tablet mode, connect mode, note, you know, all settings, and quiet mode and location. Well, I love the fact that I can go, and this is something on Windows 8, I hate it. I could just switch from tablet mode to the regular desktop mode. For instance, I have a network where I used my my Android, and there's an app on Android that lets you look at your Windows computer. I can use my tablet to use my Windows computer anytime. So let's say I'm like, okay, I feel like going into my room and I feel like continuing reading what I have on the screen. I usually can go and connect to it and walk with my tablet to the bedroom or any other room, and I can still continue where I stopped off right on my computer as it's still going. Okay,
well, that's pretty cool. Things. Yeah.
Well, I could do that in Windows 7. I could do that. It's an Android app, and I think it's for iPhone too. I'm not sure where it is because I don't have an iPhone, but I like the fact that when I get onto that tablet now, I can just hit tablet mode and it goes to like a Windows 8 mode where the start bar, it's like Windows 8 without the start screen. And now when I touch, everything gets bigger. So I can touch everything. And then and if I go back to my PC again and I disconnect it from my tablet, I can actually go back to the regular mode where the mouse mode, I call it, you know, where you have the mouse. I love that. What I also like that I can advance my desktop. I don't know. It says I have a whole bunch of backgrounds, and every hour I have it change. Okay. In Windows 10, it changed every hour, but I would say, I don't feel like having that one. But I had to wait an hour for it to go to the next one.
I see. Yeah.
Well, this one, if you right-click on your desktop and it says to next desktop background, I can click on it. I can go to the next one that's in my photos. You know, I have it go to a folder and I just collect desktop backgrounds, you know. So I have a whole bunch going every hour. But that was in Windows 8, but I like that I can advance it in Windows 10. I love that. Oh, that was I was shocked when I saw that.
Yeah.
That was all I like. The privacy issues I don't like. I don't like that. That kind of scares me. I don't know what they're collecting, and then I start thinking about it and I'm like, well, Google does that anyway. When you have a phone, so does Apple. So I'm not too. I guess I'm okay with it. I mean, I know Windows 8 kind of did it anyway, but not as bad as this because it has to use Cortana. Cortana is collecting information because it has to use it so it can tell you where what you're searching for, where you're nearest, and you know, like it's trying to be like a personal assistant. You know, and has to know something about you in order to be a personal assistant. Yeah. What else do I like about it? It did take about maybe 2 hours for me for me to install it. And I have a solid state drive. And, And I don't have a hard drive, so well, no, I'd say an hour and something because my mom's took 2 hours because my mom wanted Windows 10 on her computer.
Well, I was gonna say I've heard people say it took as long as 3 hours. So that's
I think it was like 2 hours and 2 hours and 30. Yeah, about 2 hours, maybe like 3. Yeah, maybe you're right. Mine was 2, and my mom's was 3. It took a long time, and that's another thing is I don't remember Windows 8 taking that long, but I did a clean install too. That's another.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wiped
yeah.
I wiped everything out. I mean, and totally installed everything. Like I got
Speaking of
rid of.
which, can you download Windows 7, for example, on that laptop that this is off the subject, I guess, but my laptop that you had taken Windows off and you had put on Linux.
Yeah.
Could you put Windows 10 on that one?
Yeah. Wait. Do you have that sticker on the back?
What sticker?
It's like a sticker with your Microsoft. It's called here. Let me look at mine. What is it called? Because I can tell you exactly what it's called. It is called the license Microsoft.
I thought there was a Windows sticker on there. Yeah.
Yeah. If you turn it around,
that computer is so slow. It probably wouldn't run right.
I don't know. I think it is. The kernel is a little smaller than Windows 7. It's called, what is that called with your license, with your license number on it? Oh, damn it. I can't see it because it's so small. It says Windows, yeah. And it has Windows 7, and it has a number on the back, like EE76 dash something, and it's like a long like code. If it does, yeah, I can put Windows 10 on it because you could just put that in there because that's what they're doing is Windows 10 is not really free, everyone. I mean, if you're like thinking, oh my God, I'm getting something for free. No, you're not.
Why is that?
Okay, you already paid for the license for Windows on that computer. I took it off. So in essence, you've already paid for Windows. They're giving everyone just an upgrade to that version of Windows. See, just like Apple does with your iPhones.
Right.
And just like Android does with Android, same, but Microsoft is doing it with your computer now. Because, okay, back in the day, and I did put an article on this about why Windows wasn't really free. I put it on TechPot Boom. You can go look at it. But he makes a point of saying that people weren't going to pay for Windows software anymore because they've gotten so conditioned with Google and Apple giving their software for free. Think about it. The new one, think about like the new, I forgot what the new Apple, because I don't keep up with their Apple software. The new one, iOS 11 or whatever it's called. I mean, not iOS, but Mac OS, whatever. They gave it out, and they've been doing that for a while. They did it for the last 2 or 3, right?
Right.
So Microsoft used to charge for the upgrade. Used to for the full version was like $199, $200, and then the upgrade was like $99. Okay. Well, they weren't making any money off of. They don't make money off of people like me and you. Okay. I mean, I'll probably go get the upgrade. I probably would have bought Windows 10, but later. People like you guys were happy with Windows 7, right? So why would you upgrade? So so you weren't going to go to the store buy it anyway. So the reason they were going to give it out for free is because they didn't want a Windows XP fiasco where everyone kept their software for like I don't know, Windows XP was like 12, 13 years. And they kept on extending the support because people weren't getting rid of their computer, and Windows XP was more of the market than Windows 7 or Windows Vista. They said, okay, look, we're just going to give it out for free. And then most of their money is made from the humongous licensing, of businesses and their computers. So the Enterprise Edition. So it was a smart move. I have to say, for Microsoft, this was giving Windows 10 for everyone was a very smart move on their part, because I was done with Windows. I think I said it in a couple of podcasts. I like my Chromebook. When I got to my Chromebook, I was like, okay, you know what?
Yeah,
I might be done with Windows. I was done until they did this. Now I'm kind of going, okay, this is not bad. It has some Chrome OS features in it. I like the fact that it has the browser. The Edge browser kind of looks pretty cool. It looks like Chrome. Yeah, it looks like Chrome. It has that Chrome feel to it. Very flat. It needs a little work. I'll tell you that. It's not like an Internet Explorer or whatever, but I didn't use Internet Explorer. I used
Chrome.
Chrome, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's okay. I mean, that is like my long version of Windows. I don't know if you want to ask what I think of something on TechPop Boom, you're very welcome to put something on there, and then I'll answer it in the next podcast. That's really it. Have you installed it yet, Scott?
I have not installed it yet. I got the link. It came up yesterday, as a matter of fact, before I went to bed, and I was tempted. I don't know. I mean, I want to download it, but at the same time, my wife, she has to start some classes online, and she is computer illiterate.
Okay.
And I'm afraid if I download it, it's just going to be nothing but problems because she doesn't know, what to do now, and if things change, it's just going to be that much worse.
So
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say you have Windows 7.
Yes.
She probably wouldn't be too bad off. But go ahead.
So I'm conflicted. I very much want to download it, but I also very much don't want to get screamed at either. So, I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm sure I'll download it eventually, but I guess time will tell.
I downloaded it right away. I had the I went to the MSND Microsoft Developer website.
Okay.
And I was looking at it just to browse because I can log into it. And I went, oh my God, Windows 10. It said the ISO file for Windows 10. And I'm like, oh my God, I could download it right now. And, everyone else waited. But I got the VIP pass, which let me have it on the 29th, the day it came out. So,
did you post that link on our page?
Yes, actually, yes, I did. It says how to upgrade Windows 10 without waiting. So just look for that one, click on it, and he tells you exactly how to. You can probably wait for the little icon, like everybody else is probably getting it now anyway. I just had it a week before everybody else.
You just wanted to make sure to let everyone know that you're superior and you got it before everyone else did.
No. I just wasn't gonna wait. I just felt that way of doing it. I mean, I understand Microsoft's way of rolling it out like that because they wanted to give the people who are computer savvy a chance at it. So if it crashed their computer, they could recover it and they could fix it before it got to your computer, the people who don't know how to fix their computer. So I get that whole rollout. So it was a genius idea, but they should have had an option like where I could say, hey, you know what, I want it right now before right then. I mean, I guess they kind of did because it was on their website to download the disc. I could literally download the ISO file and I could have had it that night. I just waited until the morning to do it.
Right. Yeah.
So that's and it took a very long time. I'm glad I did do it. I mean, I just you would have to download it, Scott, and you'd have to tell me.
Well, I want to see it. I think before I download it, I want to see it. I want to play around with it and just kind of experience it before I make any changes. If it's like drastically different, then I'd have to think about it. But if it's not a big deal, then I'll probably just go ahead and do it. Sooner rather than later.
I was going to ask you, have you seen Windows 8? Played with Windows 8? Okay.
A little, yeah.
Okay, because it's kind of like the between Windows 7 and Windows 8. They used to have Windows 8 a multiple, which they kind of still have, the multiple Windows mode, and I hated that. And I think I expressed in the last podcast the double windows, and I hated that where it was two places for one thing to do. So let's say for example, what I mean by that is in one place you had network connections, right? And that was on your desktop mode, so it was there. But in the flat not material design, but the flat Metro design, okay, you had another mode in the Windows 8 mode where it was the same menu with the same stuff on it. So it was like you had two ways to get to the settings, and they both did the same thing. They did, and it confused the hell out of me sometimes because it would bring up, if I was in desktop mode, it would bring up the desktop mode. It would bring up that way. But if I was in the other way, if I was in the start menu mode and I wanted to change let's say my internet connection, then it would bring up the flat kind of different. So it was like two different windows in one. It's still kind of like that in Windows 10. That's another thing it bothers me a little bit, but not as bad.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, what's that? Oh.
Sorry, that was my iPod. I'm sorry, that was my iPod.
Oh, okay.
That's my music review. No, I hit the button. That's my music review.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
okay, okay. Oh, no problem. So yeah, other than that, I mean, that's really it about Windows 10. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of articles I'm gonna keep on posting on Tech Pop Boom about it. If anybody
Okay.
wants to, or if anyone wants to read them all, they're there. I mean, they've been there for a while about the progress of Windows 10. So that's really it.
Cool.
So now I heard your
Very
music.
interesting.
So now you have a music
Yes.
review?
So yeah. So this is. I probably should have done this before you did. Before you started talking about your Windows 10, but I didn't think of it, and good things come to those who wait. So, for anyone that is not familiar or does not know, Apple has a new streaming music service called Apple Music, and it's basically essentially free music for 3 months. So I am in the midst of that right now, that promotion, and I can't say I'm a huge fan of this Apple Music service. To me, it seems to be very confusing. There's a lot of stuff in this app, and I don't know how they can fix it. I just know that when I had Spotify, it wasn't this confusing, and it was pretty much brainless. You hit a button, it does what I needed to do. I can save a playlist. I can download it out for offline listening. 1, 2, 3, easy cheesy. Let's do this. Whereas iTunes, I think, am I doing this right? How come I can't do this? How come I can't get this up for offline? How do I make a playlist? I still can't figure it out, and I'm almost 2 months into this thing, and it's kind of pissing me off. But besides that, I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Brandon?
Oh no. I was gonna ask you, did you ever find out from your iTunes and does it work? Does it like sync
Yeah,
with
yeah,
it? So like
right,
where you
yeah.
can put
So
your
you can go online. You can go online to iTunes online, and you can play around with it.
yeah.
And yeah,
It does so
yeah.
it does do it?
It's neat. Yeah, they do talk to each other. They do work. But look, I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get
Okay,
to the
okay, okay,
Apple.
okay. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's okay. Um, the music, the band, because the music is free. There's a lot of really cool players. That's one thing I can say is Apple has a lot of really cool playlists and just new music that I never would have found had it not been for that service. One of the bands I found is a band called The Struts. The name of this album is called Everybody Wants. And I gotta say, I really like this band. I don't really know much about them. They look to be young kids, and I believe they're probably from Europe somewhere. But it's just a really cool rock album. It's one of those albums that was on a playlist, one of their songs, and I kind of took a screenshot of it to remember to go back and listen to the album. And I did listen to the album, and I thought, well, this is pretty amazing. It's kind of I shouldn't say rare, but it's not too often where you put an album on and it kind of makes a mark. It's like, well, this is pretty good, and the next song is pretty good too. And I'm like 5 songs of this album, and I haven't heard a bad track yet. A lot of times, it's I listen to a lot of albums. It's just kind of a okay, next song, again. But this one, that wasn't the case with this one. Maybe I'm totally off, but the Struts, Everybody Wants. It's if you like music, if you like rock, they're just a rock band, a young rock band. It's cool melodies, cool guitar, drums. I like it. Check it out. The Struts, Everybody Wants. As far as Apple Music, I think I haven't made up my mind yet, but I think once this promotion is done, I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. I may go back to Spotify because I'm not. I
Really?
don't know how. I think so. I'm not sure. Like I say, the playlists. I like the playlists. You can go under different categories. Like for example, I go under rock, and they have their own playlists of just new rock bands. And I gotta say that was very cool. There's a band on there. Of course, I can't remember their name. I should have mentioned him. Son of a bitch. That's the name of the song, actually. Son of a bitch. SOB and Nathaniel something and the Night Sweats. I can't think of his name. But his album. It's not out yet. I want to say it comes out in the next month or two. But here's a song called SOB, Son of a Bitch. And my God, I couldn't believe it. This is the coolest song. It's kind of a rhythm and blues type of, I don't know, kind of a thing. Check it out. Look it up. SOB Nathaniel something or other, and it's not something or other. I can't remember the guy's last name. It's Nathaniel something and the Night Sweats. At any rate, without promoting all these new bands, the playlist I like a lot. It just seems to be very confusing. There's a little aspect of this app called Connect, and I tell you, Brandon, it's useless and it's just taking up space. It's just like that Ping. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
Apple had a social thing called Ping years ago, and no one used it, and it ended up just they ended up getting rid of it. And the same thing needs to happen with this. This needs to go away because the only thing I see on there is things that Apple themselves are adding to it. The bands, I don't see a lot of bands using it. And again, it's an app within an app, and it doesn't need to be there. The other thing is this: they have a radio station. I think it's called Beats One, where I can't say I really. I can't really say I'm a big fan of it. They just play a lot of. I don't need anyone to play music for me. That's why I have an iPad, or rather an iPod. I have a plethora, an obscene amount of music on my iPod, and I can just hit the shuffle button, and there's my DJ. But if you like people picking out shitty music, in my opinion, check out Radio Beats One. I really haven't heard anything worth listening to on that. To me, it's just, it truly sounds like garbage.
I thought live people were doing that, right?
It is. It's not a computer. Yeah. No, it's supposed to be live. I think there's 3. There's probably more DJs. It's interesting, if you're a big radio fan. Like, I'm not a fan of radio, and I don't think they play ads. I haven't listened to it long enough to tell you one way or the other. But I just think the music I've heard, I haven't listened to it long enough, but the music I've heard them play is not anything I would be interested in. But I'm not the majority. I'm sure obviously there's people who like that kind of stuff. But I can do without you can still make your own radio station. You can do like a Pandora. You can pick out a band and start your own radio stations, and it'll play music. The same Pandora type of deal. You can do that. But just the app itself just seems like they compressed everything into this app. And then just the music player itself, it's ruined. If I want to just listen to something that's downloaded on my iPod Touch, it's very confusing. Like before, I would just have everything under album or songs and hit the shuffle button, whereas now the one page is like split between Apple Music and your own music, and you have to. It's just so many drop boxes and tapping and flip this menu up, and it's very confusing, and it's just too much. They really need to fix it.
Let me ask you. Okay, so what feature do you like the most? Okay, on a scale. And which one do you hate that you would just you would like them to strip it out right now?
Well, the best feature right now is the free music. That's hands down the best.
Okay. Next one after that.
Hands music is the free music is absolutely ridiculously awesome. The playlists, besides the free music, I really like the playlists.
You really like
Yeah, and so much so I've discovered a lot of new bands because of those playlists. Band like that band I just mentioned, I never would have found that if it weren't for Apple Music, The Struts, and that's a great album. I may have found it eventually, but I wouldn't have found it when I did. The other band, that SOB song, Son of a Bitch, that's another great song. I'm really looking forward to hearing the rest of this guy's albums. So that, I think the playlists are really sweet compared to the ones I've seen on other platforms. The worst thing, I would say, is the Connect feature. It doesn't need to be there. As a matter of fact, there's a way you can remove it, and I took it off. I took it off my iPhone because I have it's on. Well, don't think it's not on. It's not on my phone because that's what I use the most. I think it's available on my Anyways, I don't remember. I took it off one of them. It's just useless. It's stupid. The one time when it was new, I tried to make a comment on something, and I couldn't. I couldn't figure out how to make a comment. It shouldn't be this hard. You shouldn't have a new service and have all these questions like, why can't I make a comment on this? Where's all the bands? Why come they're not commenting? They have this new thing that they're promoting and they're pushing out, and It just seems like there's a lot of bands I follow. I'm a big music guy, and for the life of me, I can't find hardly any bands on there. I mean, I guess there's some like the Apple fanboys, like the bands that Apple loves, like the Foo Fighters, and there are some bands. Yeah, well, I haven't followed it enough to tell you which bands are doing, which ones aren't. But I can tell you, when I have looked, there isn't a whole lot of anything other than Apple saying, "Hey, check out this playlist from the rock category," or they'll check out this playlist and promoting whatever they are promoting. So I think the Connect feature is stupid. I also don't like the when you go to play music, there should be a separate pane for Apple Music and a separate pane within the app for your music. It shouldn't be on the same one, and it needs to work better than it does. It's too complicated.
Do you have a thumb up feature and a thumb down feature though in there?
Yeah,
Pandora and
there's a menu. Like when you play a song, it appears at the bottom of the screen, and then you can take your thumb and flick up, and then that's when your player pops up. The album artwork is there, the play button, pause, and all that kind of stuff. So that's there, but it's one of those things. It's hard to describe. You have to have it in your hand. You have to look at it. And I just, if I find a band that I like, my first reaction is to save it for offline listening, so I can listen to it in my car, and put it in a playlist, like I don't forget about it. That's the first thing I try and do. Now, with Spotify, that was easy. You just hit a button, it saves it in a playlist. You hit another button, and it saves it for offline listening. Done. Easy cheesy. With Apple Music, I've had I don't know how long, and I still haven't mastered the art of making a playlist, of saving a playlist. I've made it for offline listening. At least I think I have. I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That I talked about Jason Isbell on the last podcast. I try to save that one, and I don't know how the hell I did it, but out of how many songs on the album, I'd only saved like 2 of the tracks. Really? I tried repeatedly deleting it and doing it again. I don't know. It will not make a playlist of the whole. So it's just things like that drive me absolutely nuts. I can't stand it. It shouldn't be this hard, man. It shouldn't be this hard. It should be easy. It should be customer friendly. I'm not that stupid apparently I am, because I can't figure it out. But
a lot of people have said that they've had a problem with that app. If they got to Android, they know they would be like killed, murdered, because Android. This is what Apple's supposed to be. This is like their first app to ever hit outside the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
So if you're saying it's all these problems, that's not a good impression for us Android fanboys here.
I gotta believe that they'll fix it before it gets into your guys' hands.
Okay. Because Android, we will murder them on Facebook, Twitter, and everything. But
that's fine. If they don't fix these things, then they should get murdered and have bad things happen, because they're better than this.
It just shocks me that Apple. Maybe you guys are being beta testers. Maybe that's it.
That's kind of what I thought too.
I think you guys are, because it shocks me that Apple usually comes out with very good polished stuff, and for you to say that this is like you can't do certain things, and there are all these bugs here, kind of shocks me a little bit.
But this is my opinion. You could talk to someone who's more in the know. And they could have a totally. And actually, I would love that. I would love if someone's listening to this to give me your opinion on what do you think. Am I totally off base on this? Are there any Apple people out there that have this new music app? Do you like it? Am I absolutely 100% wrong on what I'm saying? Let me know. Give me some feedback, because that's my opinion. I really don't care for it. And it's funny because I'm almost kind of looking forward in a way for this promotion to end, so I can go back to Spotify. Yeah.
Wow, they're that bad.
Well, I shouldn't say it's bad. There are things I'll miss the playlists, and I'll miss the free music. But I think right now the only thing I think the post and that's really kind of keeping me. I'll miss, although maybe I don't know, maybe Spotify will get more into the game and make their playlist better, but I don't know.
Well, see,
Maybe I'm a fool.
I like the Google Play Store. That's how I get my music. Okay, it's from that, and I like that. That app is not bad to me. I mean, in the very beginning,
I didn't like that one either. You
didn't like that one? That
No,
one's not too bad because, I mean, until it was the playlist part, but I think you told me, okay, you just click here, and then the playlist. Once I got that part, I was golden at that part. I mean, I like how I can type it in and it gives me, okay, to say, hey, this is what you're looking for, but this is the album what you're looking. Kind of like Pandora kind of did that too, where you typed in and not only did it give you the artist, but it gave you like the what is the popular song, and all this other stuff. Okay, like if I put James Horner, okay, for example, rest in peace. But if I put James Horner, and it'll give me like Titanic and stuff like that. Well, I can't remember what else right now. Oh, Avatar and stuff like that. Southpaw, okay, that's his newest one. So it gives me all that, and I like that, and I can go and I can click, and then I can say, and then if I want to make a channel of music that has his type of stuff, I can click.
It's easy to find,
and I can, and it'll be like him, but it would be also other people who do movie scores and other type of things, and Hans Zimmer, same thing, I just like it, and then I hear that, but then I hear how great Spotify is, for the same price. So I was hoping that Apple came out with their power of the iTunes store. That they would come out with something awesome, like that would blend in, that would blow out the Google Play Store, and I would have went definitely thinking about getting that if it's good, because I'm not an Apple fanboy by no means, but hey, I like to go with what works great, and works easy and everything, So even if it's made by Apple, I still will get that, but if it's that bad, screw that. I'll stay where I'm at.
I don't know if I'd say it's bad. It's confusing. It just seems like they put a lot into one app.
Okay.
It should be. I think it should be more user friendly. That's my problem.
So they should get rid of half the shit and just make it a music app.
It just needs to be different. It needs to be done differently. It needs to be more user friendly. It needs to be. It's.
See, that's why
I think Apple is better than this. I think I'll leave it at that. Yeah, Apple is better.
See, but this is why they need to hire you. No, I mean people like you, not you in particular, but people like you who don't program, who probably have very limited computer knowledge to say, here, try our app. Tell me what you think of it. And then you sit at that meeting and you tell them, no, look, dumb shit, this needs to go, this needs to go, and that needs to go.
Sure.
See, they need somebody like you. See, I think what happened is that you got people who say, oh, that's great, that's cool, that's blah, blah, blah. Like if I ever had a computer company, I would be, okay, you would have your tech people, the people who are programming this shit. Then you have the people who have no clue about program, who just knows how to use something, okay?
Right.
Because they're not, and if it's confusing for them, then I know it's going to be confusing for the people who are downloading this app. So I would go, okay. So, and I would have not just one person, I would have a group of people. I think that's what Steve Jobs was great for, because Steve Jobs would sit there and go, no, that needs to go. No, this is crap. This is good. Nope, you need to change that. No, it doesn't feel right. No, it's too heavy. You have, and he wasn't a programmer, but he knew he made a product that he would use, that he would fall in love with. And I think a lot of people miss that. I'm not just saying Apple, I'm talking about everybody. every even Windows 10, Windows 10, they're doing it right. And what I mean by that is that either though this might be the last version of Windows, what is so great about it is there is, if you get Windows 10, everyone, there is, if you type in under the start menu, feedback, okay? There is a feedback app, and you can see everything that people are complaining about in Windows 10 and they want changed, okay? And they said that they are going to listen, and so it kind of goes by upvotes. They're called upvotes, okay? Right now, let me see. I opened up the app right now, and the highest one now is allowed to turn off view conversations. Okay, and then another one, and they said they're gonna read every single one of these and fix every. They understand that Windows 8 was a big mistake. Okay, this is the I'm sorry for Windows 8. But at least they're listening. They're trying to mold something that everyone will like to use. So I think I think Apple should do that with that app, though. Is they should take everyone's feedback. I don't know if they have a feedback page because I don't have an iPhone, but yeah, I mean, I just don't get why people who program stuff don't like.
I'm sure they did that, but maybe you're just listening to my critique. I could be totally off base.
Your critique is probably spot right on.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is because, how could something, I do be wrong?
Right. But I would love to hear what you think about Windows 10.
I was kidding, of course.
Oh yeah, I know. You notice I just ignored that.
Yes.
But no, I would love to hear what you think about Windows 10. See, I'm a tech person, so I know all the history. I've used every version of Windows. So you're hearing from a type of person who knows, who's a fan of computers. But I like to hear from somebody who isn't really a fan to see what they think of Windows 10. That's why I was hoping that, one day you download it, that you tell everyone, okay, this is the person who's not a tech person and what's confusing and what's not confusing. Because, a different view on this. And I know there's some people out there on the websites, but they're also tech columnists, so they do it as a job. So, but
anyways, this podcast seems like it's running a little bit long.
Yeah. Sorry for blabbing on about Windows 10 or whatever, but that's kind of my opinion of it. I guess when Scott downloads it, he'll let me know what he thinks of it. You can let us know what you think about it on our Facebook page. That's a great place. We both are administrators, so we'll see your comments. And
go to Facebook, leave some feedback. Go to iTunes, leave some feedback. Go to iTunes. Go to leave some feedback on the iTunes page and go nuts. Let's know what you guys think.
Yeah, YouTube. YouTube. You can leave comments on YouTube below.
Right.
Wherever. We'll see them.
But anyways, we should probably wind this down and save some for the next episode.
Save some for the next episode. We will talk to you guys later.
Thanks for your support.
Peace, everyone.